Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Saturday, October 11th, and if you said to yourself, where's Michael Taylor at these days? He's at the desk on a Saturday, right here for you. All right, folks, it's time to decorate for Halloween. If you haven't done so, I'm doing so today after the show, and I hope you do too. It's a really exciting time at our house. It is my daughter's birthday on Halloween, so we always make it a big deal. And I'm kind of getting festive. I'm seeing a lot of my neighbors are already ahead of me on the game, so I got to catch up, get the Halloween stuff out there. On the show today, we got a good one. It's Second Harvest Food Bank with Wayne Stickney's going to be here, and then Carol Inmont's going to be here talking about emeritus classes from South Orange County Community College District. So stay tuned for that. Bree's got both those interviews. I'm just out here for you today. And right now, though, we want to talk about something special that's coming up on Monday that both Bree and I are going to be involved in. We have a 1-hour special edition of This Day. We are celebrating 60 years of Village television, and we're going to be talking to the one and only Rob Merritt on the program. He's going to come in. He's going to talk about the early days of Village television, all the crazy things that used to happen, all the great interviews from the past. It's a real great conversation that we were able to have recently, and we're going to present it to you in 1-hour special. And that is going to be on Monday, 9 a.m., and then 12:30 and 5 p.m. as well. So make sure you get a chance to watch that one. Got a lot of great archival footage in there, a lot of great conversations, really a fun time with Rob. And I was glad he could come in and do that for us. All right, let's check our weather before we move on to the rest of the show here. And we've got a beautiful day today, nice and temperatures, 76 degrees, 74, 70, as you see a little cooling trend. And then on Tuesday, we have a slight chance of rain, about 45% chance of rain on that day. 66 degrees will be the high then. It's going to be nice cool fall type storm. So I'm looking forward to a little rain actually in the forecast. That's going to be kind of fun. All right, let's take a look at our sunrise sunset pictures. And ooh, whoa, scary. A bobcat here at Casper's Wilderness Park. Scary. There you go, Samuel Capistrano there. This photo is by Cynthia Case. She really got close to this bobcat. Was it just like roaming around the neighborhood? I want to know the story about this bobcat, Cynthia. All right, sunrise this morning was 6:52. Sunset tonight, 6:21. I would never get that close to a bobcat to take a picture. But if you'd like to take another picture of another bobcat or wildlife, be safe. Maybe birds, frogs, things like that. You want to send it to us? We'd love to see it. Laguna Woods Village TV is our email, at gmail.com is our email address. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we will use it in our sunrise sunset segment. All right, when we come back, Bree's going to be here talking to the folks from Second Harvest Food Bank. Stay with us.
What would it feel like to hear better? Many people are trapped in the isolation of poor hearing and don't realize it. Even people that are wearing other hearing aids. No buttons to push or technology to fear. Artificial intelligence and these products do all the work. Don't settle for less. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. I've got a very important topic to share with you now. I've got Wayne Stickney from Second Harvest Food Bank here, talking about their mission. This is really heartfelt, I think. I was talking to Wayne before we started the interview here, and I think you're going to really enjoy this. Wayne, welcome to the show. I want to talk about your mission to feed everyone in need in Orange County.
Our vision is a food and nutritionally secure Orange County for all. And our mission, how we kind of guide ourselves in that is to provide dignified, equitable, and consistent access to nutritious food to people who are experiencing food insecurity.
It's really heartbreaking to hear that that's actually happening. I mean, I know it does worldwide, but bringing it this close to home and understanding just how many people are in need, we'll get to that in a little bit. But your mission it's just heartfelt. And I love it. And I appreciate you being on the show today. You work with 286 partners, which is mind-blowing, and 381 sites across the country to distribute food. That is a massive undertaking.
It is. It's a big operation.
It's a big operation.
When you think about what we do, we're more like a logistics operation. We're a nonprofit, but we act like a business. We bring in food. We get it from 5 different sources. We get donations from manufacturers and distributors, from grocery stores. We call it our grocery rescue program. So we're bringing in millions of pounds of food that is still good, but it's, it's there so that we can give it to people who need it. We purchase it, so as we raise funds, we're able to purchase like fresh produce. We get some of that food from the government, and then we actually have a farm that we operate in Irvine.
Oh, tell me about that.
Oh my gosh. We opened the farm in August of 2021, and since then we've harvested over 8 million pounds of food. It's a lot of food. It's hard to put into perspective, but it's a lot of food.
It's hard to put into perspective. You say farm. Now, are you including like orchards of trees that produce fruits, or
So we have
vegetables?
17 varieties of vegetables that we typically grow out there. Sometimes, depending on the year, it might be a little bit more or less. They're all above ground, and you think cabbage and squash and bell peppers and broccoli and broccolini and cabbage or cauliflower.
Cauliflower, yes.
And we work with, we lean on volunteers to help us plant, harvest, and weed the fields. And it's actually a 40-acre farm that we partner with the University of California. They have a research center that's about 2 miles from the food bank. And it's definitely a great way we've been able to engage the community. We started a youth education program, so we're getting elementary schools out there for field trips that are educational. We teach them a little bit, but then they're actually seeing where the food comes from right in the ground.
That's fantastic. So they really gain a better understanding of where it originates from. They probably are like, let me get my hands dirty. Let me get, a shovel. And are they helping on that level?
Absolutely.
Really?
So my son's in a Cub Scout troop, and we've brought the troop out, and the volunteer experience. We had a bunch of kids when we were picking cabbage. So if you think of rows of cabbage, right, and kid is in each row in a line, and they're actually picking the cabbage up and tossing it to the next person.
Oh, that's great. I love it. So you distributed 42 million pounds of food per year to almost 460,000 people in Orange County per month.
Yes, so 42 million pounds.
Let's try to put that into perspective.
Okay, 42 million pounds over the course of last year. What you said, the average per month is 459,000 plus people. That's the equivalent of filling Angel Stadium 10 times over every single month.
Tell me how that works. You have different distribution sites throughout Orange County. We noticed on the video that they were palleting boxes of food to these distribution sites.
So I mentioned we source the food. We bring it into our distribution center. The distribution center is 120,000 square feet. It's equivalent, if you wanted to picture it like 2 football fields. And when we bring the food in, there's a few things that have to happen. We inventory it. We also have a very robust volunteer presence there. So the volunteers are taking like bulk food. So if you think of a big box of like red apples, the volunteers, they form groups and they're picking through the apples and breaking it down to family-sized portions.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, think about like a big bin of apples. Instead of just taking it to one of those 286 partner sites and dropping it off, we really value that dignified aspect of what we do. We're picking through those apples, not just to make sure that they're family size, like, a single mother can just grab it and go. We're picking through it to make sure if there's a rotten apple, that doesn't end up at our partner.
Right, absolutely. So tell me how it works when the people in need are in line. Do they request different types of foods or vegetables, or is it what's available is what they're given? How does that work?
So we've been, since the pandemic, there was this somewhat of a shift in how we provide food. And when I say we, it's our partner network, it's the food bank. And going back to that dignified experience, another aspect of that is a lot of our partners, we've worked with them to create what's called client choice. And client choice looks like it's two different types of distribution. One, there might be a permanent, we call it a permanent pantry, where volunteers who are operating that permanent pantry, it's like a grocery store. And people who need food can come in and they get to peruse for the items that work for their family. The opposite of that is, you come, you need help, and we give you a bag, and whatever's in the bag you get. This is a great model for what we call that client choice, the dignified experience. The other is we actually have partnerships with schools where it's called mobile school pantry, and there's 75 schools that we're currently working with, and we call it just-in-time delivery. So we have a fleet of 17 trucks that are delivering anywhere from 5 to 5.5 days a week, and the truck will pull up to a school site. There's a group of volunteers that have been organized. They work with our truck driver. They pull that food out, and they place it in a farmer's market style layout. And the pictures, words don't necessarily do it justice, but the pictures are beautiful. Just seeing people, the gratitude that they feel when they're being able to get food.
Sure. Now, do they have to go through some sort of process in order to sign up to get the food?
All of our partners provide the food for free. There's very little barrier to getting that food. For the longest time, I think people who have experienced food insecurity, there's this stigma of shame, and we all feel for that. If you need help, you need help. So we do not require people to qualify for the food. If you show up to the food bank, or you or I show up to the food bank, we're going to be able to get help.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Well, speaking of help, your volunteer, 14,000 volunteers in Orange County alone. Is that correct?
14,000, yes.
And you're looking for more.
We are. We
tell our viewers how they can volunteer.
Well, I think the main thing is to visit our website, feedoc.org. It's a big operation. Sending trucks all over the county can cost some resources, but that's another way to consider. And then I think third, part of what we're doing today, and we're so grateful for you, Bree, and the station for hosting us, is the ability to educate the community about what we're doing and that we actually exist.
I had no idea.
So the third way is come for a tour.
Yeah, that
Maybe you don't want to volunteer right away, but just come check it out. We'll give you a tour. We have monthly community tours, or if that doesn't work in your schedule, I'll host you.
Well, there's no excuse.
No.
Wayne, thank you so much for talking about this subject. It's special, and I know there's a lot of people out there who really have the ability to volunteer. So I encourage everyone to get out there.
Thank you, Bree.
Go take a tour. Thanks for joining me. You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages.
Caring Senior Service provides a variety of care services to help seniors age in place. To learn more about how we can help your family, contact us today.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. My guest today is Carolyn Inman with South Orange County Community College District, here to discuss the vital roles of community college and the role that they play in our lives. Carolyn, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's nice to be back.
It's nice to have you back. I'm excited for the refresher that you're going to give us, but I first want to take everyone down your memory lane.
Okay.
Tell us, you first moved to Irvine in 1975, but you're a California native, right?
Right. I was born in Long Beach and raised primarily in the Torrance, South Bay area. Went to El Camino Junior College, it was called then. then UCLA for a bachelor's in speech and English, and then Cal State Northridge for a master's in communications. And so that's part of it. And my entire public education, I just mentioned that, I guess, yeah. I'm an advocate of public education.
Yes, you are. Now, did that start at an early age for you? Did you just have this passion to continue learning and to stay in education?
That's such a great question for me because I wrote a book one time, and when they were talking about the book in a newspaper thing, they gave this story about that I had told them that when I was a little kid, like 5 years old, I lined up all the teddy bears and the dolls by the closet so that they were all in a row, and I taught them things.
Oh my gosh.
And
okay, that just tells me you were born with this ability.
Yeah. Well, and desire. And of course, the silly part of it is that I would say they just were very disciplined. I had no trouble at all. So, no, I always wanted to be a teacher. No backtalking, nothing.
That's fantastic.
So
you've seen a lot of changes over the years, and you must be very proud and in celebrating awards and accolades for Irvine Valley College and Saddleback College.
Yes, I wore today a little heart. It's our new logo, and our chancellor, Dr. Juliana Barnes, made it also into a heart. And it means that students are at the heart of our mission, period. Everything we do is, what is this best for the students? Is this the best way? And the reason I start there is that the reason we get the awards is that students are at the heart. And we show it. It's evidence. These are evidence-based awards, and they come because our people persist, they keep going, they graduate, they get degrees, and all of those kinds of things. Recently, the Orange County Register named Saddleback College as the #1 community college in Orange County.
Fantastic.
And not too long ago, Irvine Valley was named the #1 in California. And they just kind of take turns getting the #1, and then the other one is a few points away from that.
Hand off the baton.
Yeah.
What does that mean for the students? They must have extreme pride when
I
they
think
see
they
that.
do. Sometimes I don't know for sure if they know about all these awards as well as we do, although they're often on, boards as you enter. Saddleback College especially has those 2 really nice neon-type boards, I guess. But I think they are. I ran into a young man at the Walk of Hope a week or so ago, and he lives way far away, and he goes to Irvine Valley College because it has such a good reputation.
Really?
And both colleges get people who will come. A long time ago, it was geographic, and it's not. You can go to whichever one you want, or more than one at a time. Occasionally, people even do that.
It's fantastic that they've opened up that opportunity.
Yeah. Well, with all the special programs, they have, the one that is close to you geographically may not have the program you want, but the one across town does. So it's open, it's student-oriented to open it up that way.
Exactly. Well, talk to us about Inspire 2035. What's that about?
Well, Inspire 2035 is a very student-oriented set of goals. And it's built around values of excellence, community, belonging, all of those kinds of things, equitable access, access and outcomes. And so what we do is we take something like that and we turn that into the goals for the given year and the things that we want to accomplish. So this is a 10-year program, 25 to 35. And it gives us, we help to make the marching orders, but it then turns into the marching orders, and we can monitor that and see how we're doing and make sure we're on track.
It's really going to shape the future ready campuses.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Wow. So you've got ATEP. What is that an acronym for?
Advanced, I have to look at it. Advanced Technical, Education Park. Park is the end. Sometimes those acronyms, they work hard to get them. The important thing is that it's a public-private partnership, and it's moving right along. It took a decade ago, people were talking about it, and even earlier than that. But we finally got going, and marvelous things are happening. The most exciting thing that's happened recently is that on August 11th, our opening day for both colleges, it was also big day, the ribbon cutting for the Saddleback at ATEP building. And those are two outstanding programs. And then the other one is culinary arts.
Wow.
And the culinary arts is just magnificent. It has 4 huge hotel-style kitchens for the students to work in, plus classrooms and so on. So it's just going to create a lot of great new chefs for the area.
Those are going to be easy transitions.
Yes.
When they finish
Yes.
their scholastic endeavors and then go on into the real working world.
Yeah, and what they do, which I've seen so many of the programs, and including these two, what they do is they make it, even the way that the floor is designed, the type of floor in the pretend, hotel kitchen is the kind of floor they would work on, so that there's no transition, very little transition to graduate from this program and to move into an excellent job. So these things are, the workforce development is so important.
Progressive.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Yeah. It's very, very well thought out.
There'll be a lot, the stress reduction will be at its lowest during that transition.
I think so, right. I think.
That's fantastic. Now, is there a need for both of these types of career? I mean, I'm sure there's many other, but types of careers in the future. Like, how far ahead are we looking into the future?
I'm not sure in terms of years, but what they do is they don't just say, oh, let's do auto mechanics. First of all, both of those programs were programs at Saddleback College, and they have moved to Saddleback at ATEP. So they're in existence, but I think they're taking new forms, bigger forms, more specific kinds of things. But they do surveys, and they do all kinds of research, because you don't just want to start a program and, oh gosh, it didn't get enough people, I guess that was a mistake.
Right.
So they're well researched, and these are good. Workforce development's very important. Irvine Valley happens to be number 1 in transfer in the state, but everybody doesn't want to do 4-year, and workforce development is one of the most important things that we do, and these programs are part of it.
I love that. So you've got facilities that are serving students, continuing ongoing construction. Tell us about what's coming next or what's new.
Okay, one of the newer things at Saddleback is the Gateway building, and it's kind of right by the health sciences, where we go to the boardroom and so on and so forth. So we've really watched that as we've driven there. It's just an amazing program. Once again, the details in terms of creating these programs, well, facilities is a program, that is a vision, mission for what they want to do. They have things like, you don't wait in line. You go in and you check in with what looks like kind of a, it's just a desk with a person, and you make an appointment, let's say, or that kind of thing. And then you can go sit down and rest. You don't sit in a line. And when it's your turn to come up, you go on into wherever you're supposed to go on. The Irvine Valley, the one that excites me there, has just been finished recently, which is the fine arts. And it's the Arts Village, and it is unbelievably wonderful. It has music and dance, it has visual arts, it has art, with a fine arts gallery and everything. And these facilities are just first class, and they're together, and they're next to a promenade which is being built, and the Performing Arts Center. So all of the arts are in one place, and it's really a marvelous way for students that are in dance to talk to people who are in, to well, anything.
Different types of arts.
Other kinds
Speaking
of
of arts, give us a rundown of your upcoming events. I see you've got a couple here.
Okay, well, for Irvine, one of the things that what's going on is there's some, for the fall, there's dance and there's chamber music coming up. And for Saddleback, there's a musical, but the exciting thing to me, because I've been to Saddleback Christmas shows before, this one is Tiny Tim's Christmas Carol. And those are just so much fun. You know, the whole family can really enjoy what's going on.
Absolutely. And then quickly, you also offer emeritus classes.
Yes, this is one of the most important programs that we have in many ways. It's a very large program. It's a good program at Irvine Valley. At Saddleback, it's much larger. It's been there longer and that sort of thing. But it's really good for all sorts of things. Okay, it's like, okay, it's tuition free. We can start there.
Okay.
And that's and it's a kind of a flexible in and out. So a senior might very well have a trip planned. That doesn't mean they can't take a class. They can go to the class, go on the trip, go back to the class. There's no credit really given exactly,
right.
and no tuition. So it's very flexible. And it's also, there are 100 sections online, which is more than there used to be. You know, that's what we do now. But there's 70 in person, so they can serve either type of student. Some don't want to drive and walk and stuff, but others want to be with the other students. So the emeritus just has a wonderful setup of all sorts of different things to take. And a person doesn't have to be a senior to do it. Our things are open, but mostly it is seniors.
Okay. That was a vast amount of information. I sure appreciate you sharing all of it with us today, Caroline.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages.
For over 20 years, Orange County has taken its unwanted gold, jewelry, timepieces, sterling silver, and coins to the Jewelry Box estate buyers and always received top dollar. Come see why for over 2 decades, Orange County has relied on the Jewelry Box estate buyers.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's talk about our Saturday movie, and it's a great one. Genuinely love this movie. I actually show it in my film history class for my students at Santa Ana College. It is called The Goodbye Girl. It stars Richard Dreyfuss and Marsha Mason. That's our Saturday movie for you. Let's check of our weather before we head out, and we got some nice weather going on this weekend. 76 is going to be our high today, 74 degrees on Sunday. Then we start a little bit of a cooling trend as we head towards Tuesday and a chance of rain. There you go, our first chance of real actual rain in the forecast for this rain season that's finally kicked in October. And so let's see if we get some measurable rain out of that one. All right, folks, Monday on the program, we have that 1 hour special we wanted to tell you about. It is the Village Television 60th anniversary. Rob Merritt came to the studio recently, and Bree and I sat down and talked to him for 1 hour about all the early days of Village Television and This Day and all the productions they used to do. It's a great, fun conversation. I hope you'll join us for our regular edition. It's a 1 hour edition of This Day on Monday instead of a regular edition of This Day. There you go. Tune in on Monday for that. That's going to do it for this regular edition of Saturday's This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.